Hey there. So I've been meaning to make an update video to basically update some of the videos that are on Vimeo because I wanted to talk about something that's better. And it's interesting because solutions, come as a result of challenges or problems. Something to keep in mind for all of us as we're adapting and adapting. But I want to showcase a couple adaptations that are immensely powerful and describe how they are useful for getting visual content into calls. And so, specifically with Zoom. So, the dilemma that I had was that I had a really tightly condensed time frame. So much so that the blocks of time are not conducive to live drawing. So, what do? Well, if you have access to the content that you need, in this case I did some pre-draw. So what I want to show to you here is I'm just going to start a Zoom call, just a random Zoom call, and just to try to replicate what, oh, not schedule a meeting, I would like to actually start one. Start a Zoom meeting, please, with video on. So I pre-recorded some drawings, and I pre-recorded them at a large scale, knowing the way that viewers would see the screen. So the experience of seeing the artwork be created large, and then in the final deliverable, it's small, is a response to people not really being able to see the drawing because it's too small in the final. So I just want to demonstrate a couple of apps to show this functionality. So it always defaults to full screen, and no, I don't want full screen. Thank you very much. Okay, so what's on this Zoom call right now is my video feed. What's actually producing that video feed essentially is anything that's on this monitor is going into the Zoom call. And the app that allows you to customize what is going into that is called ManyCam. So for example, I could create a hybrid here. So in ManyCam now I am selecting additional layers, and so I'm going to say, okay, take the FaceTime camera. So now I've got an inset of my FaceTime camera. Interestingly enough, you can stack it. So I have this camera, which is the thing that I've been geeking out about in other videos, but it was either or, not and. And ManyCams allows you to do and. So if I add another layer, and then I tell the source to choose this webcam, all of a sudden now in the Zoom call I've got these little these insets, and you can arrange them, and sometimes I have to adjust lighting and things like that to make it so that it's useful. But here's something trippy. If I maybe I don't want to do that. Anyways. Okay, so but what I wanted to show you was sort of like the time machine effect. So this window here, which I can make full screen, but I'm not going to just for clarity, is actually, is a airplayed or a display canvas version of what's going on the iPad. If I turn project canvas off, you'll see that then people have to come along for the ride, then they're seeing all of this, and they're seeing me going through layers and all of that stuff. They can see that, which is, for the most part, less desirable. So I'm going to turn that back off. But I just wanted to demonstrate that that's what's going on. And I'm actually using an app called Reflector 3, which helps the iPad AirPlay and become available on that external monitor. But this is the thing that I really wanted to demonstrate. So parts of this composition I drew previously, and during the call what I simply did was, and it may not be ideal, but I simply drug. Why won't you drag over there? I don't understand. Oh, I know why. Okay. Sorry, I had it on full screen. So why I don't want to disconnect. Okay, apologize. So what I did was I just swapped what was being played in my Zoom call window. And there might be a more efficient way to do this by using multiple desktops or something. Like if I do this. But that's not what I did. What I did was I just grabbed a QuickTime file and I had 3 of them opened, and I drug this one over, for example, into over here, and Command F'd it. So now I'm full screen. So let's see what's going into the Zoom call. Oh, this. You know what? I'm actually going to get rid of these because that demo is over. So I'm going to remove that layer. So this is what they're seeing in the call, and all I did was I just started and stopped. I started the video, and you could play it at 2x, 5x, 10x, 30 or 60x just by clicking. But so now stop. So I'm listening to the person talk, and I have the script. I know what they're going to say. So then I just match it up. It's like a real-time explainer video. So they're talking, and it's not like any of the users could differentiate the speed at which I'm drawing versus the speed that this is. It's all magic anyways. So if you're just creating a user experience that is responding to the available time by preparing content previously and then to play, and then so just like you would edit an explainer video and match the video up to a voiceover, I'm just playing. So I would play it, pause, wait for the speech to catch up to the next part, play it through. So this is what people are seeing. Well, here's the Zoom call right here. You can see what they're seeing. They're seeing the drawing, going at warp speed. No problem. Come back, go away, and then I just scaled that drawing into the composition. Same thing, so here I'll show you here. I'll play them at the same time. So at various points in the call, basically what I did is I was full screening these drawings, and the viewers saw that in full screen. I doubt anybody even really perceived how these drawings were done at scale so that they could see them, and then how those drawings took their place within the composition. Anyways, so to review, this video I'm just updating. The app is ManyCams, which allows you to customize what you put into your Zoom call, which is hugely powerful. It's a powerful feature. You can, in fact, you can actually take a mobile device that has the ManyCams app installed on it and is on the same wireless network, and you can wirelessly add a iPod Touch or an iPhone or whatever mobile device, and that can also be one of these insets. So that's one app, is ManyCams. The other app that I use is Reflector 3. You may have to use it, may not, but when you're bouncing around in a bunch of old operating systems because you're on old gear, it's a nice app to have, Reflector 3. And then lastly, and this is the big piece because it's more of being a visual DJ. So now you're dumping pre-recorded content into a live call and feeding it into that Zoom call feed, and people will think that you're magic. It's like watching a real-time explainer video at warp speed. And I would say the quality of that experience would be relative to the quality of the content that you have before the event. So, if we're talking about what kind of stuff's possible, I'm like, the before and the during and the after. The work before enhances the during, and then you've got all sorts of possibilities for after. Anyways, that's my update.